Good morning, everybody. Victor here. Check it out. We are actually on Dennis's brand new boat. I know that there's no better feeling than getting a new boat because Brooke and I are about to do the same thing a little bit later this year, a little sneak peek. We'll delve into that later, but Dennis just got this brand new Gnu and we are at one of his lakes by his house and we're gonna do a little peacock fishing today. So we're gonna walk you guys through basically everything there is to know about peacock bass in South Florida. This is a non-native fish. They're a ton of fun and they make excellent table fare. So we're gonna catch them, we're gonna clean them, and we're gonna cook them. But first we gotta find the fish. So Dennis just has the trolling motor on and we are just kind of circumnavigating the sides of the lake and it's really deep in the middle. So we're looking for peacocks either bedded up or on any type of structure or flat, kind of just around the lake. And we're gonna just be going around throwing little lures like this little fluke, top waters, poppers, anything we can catch these fish on. And we even got the secret weapon. We got a bucket full of live shiners in the back if they don't want the lures. So yeah, should be a fun day. Happy to have you guys around. There it is. I think I'll be the first peacock of the day. Mayan. Dude, these things are so aggressive. All right, guys, first fish of the day, not a peacock, but this right here, Mayan cichlid. So you heard me earlier say the word non-native and invasive. So Florida has two designations for freshwater fish. Well, three: native, non-native, and invasive. This right here is an invasive, which means that the state of Florida and the biologists seem to think that these fish pose a threat to the native wild. You can release them or you can keep them, doesn't matter, it's up to you. I don't like to kill things for the sake of killing them, so I'm going to release this. Maybe later we'll take some home for dinner. You are allowed to release invasives as long as you release them in the same body of water they came from. So we can't take this fish, move it 2,000 feet and release it. You got to keep it in the same body of water. These peacocks are non-native, which means they're not supposed to be here, but FWC doesn't think that they pose a threat to the natural wildlife. Peacock bass, which is what we're fishing for, were actually put here to control species like the Mayan cichlid, because those fish are just running rampant and they spread like crazy. They were also put here to control things like Oscars on all the other invasives. So I'm just casting right here on the edge of these weeds. And Dennis, how deep is it right here?
19 feet.
19 feet, so there's a huge drop off. So I'm letting that jerkbait sink to the bottom where I think the fish are gonna be. Ooh, I got whacked. Come on, baby. That's gonna be a peacock. I don't think that's a Midas cichlid or a Mayan cichlid. One thing is for sure, they definitely fight pound for pound. There we go. There's our first peacock of the day. All right, so check it out. That is what we're after. Peacock bass, butterfly peacock, introduced here in Florida, I think 2 or 3 decades ago. These are non-native, so they were actually introduced here by the state to control other invasive species. I think in the state of Florida they get max out around 10 pounds, 12 pounds, right? Something like that.
I think of 10, just about 10 pounds. Dennis
says that the record's about 10 pounds. Not to be confused with another species in South America that gets much, much bigger than this. But you're gonna be seeing a lot of this fish on video today. And like I said, they're amazing eating. We're gonna let this guy go and keep a little bit of a bigger one, but so pretty and very hard fighting, especially on the light tackle. No. Oh yeah, I do. Well, that's a bass, isn't it? That's not a peacock. No. Oh no, it's two peacock. It's two peacock. Oh yeah, right up against that boat. Okay guys, we got 2 peacocks posted up right next to this boat. And cast it, oh my gosh, look, right into it. It's gonna be tough to work. They're like sitting underneath the boat. Either that or put a shiner in his face. Thank you. See if they want the live shiner. Ooh. Oh, he ate it. Yeah! Not into the boat! He wants to get back underneath that boat. That's a nice fish, Dennis. Let's get his head up above these weeds. Dude, look at the colors on this guy. Whoa. Oh boy. Almost had him out of the weeds. Now he's in the weeds good. Okay, well, we got the peacock on, but he's somewhere down there in that giant mess. Oh, there he goes. He's out. He's out. Grab this. Let's get him into the open water. Not today, buddy. Not today. Yeah! Look. Oh, dude, that's a good one. That is a good peacock right there, guys. This fish more than likely would have ate the lure, but it was really hard to get him to eat because this fish was posted up right underneath that pontoon on its bed. I don't know if this is the male or the female, but there was two fish, which are a breeding pair this time of year. This is kind of like the late season that peacocks are mating. You'll see them posted up on the banks of the shores and they create these little beds. But look at that. Gorgeous fish, probably 3-pounder, I'd say. Good sized one. And as you can see, they fight really good, especially when they try to get you in those weeds and stuff. But absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Big bucket mouth on them.
A little more.
It's tough. Dennis is trying to film and be the captain at the same time. Look at that. Love it when they stick their dorsal fins up like that. And you guys see, these peacocks have 3 black bars on them running down the side of them. And sometimes they're way more pronounced than others. Sometimes they're super green, these fish, orange. They'll get even the hints of blue in them. Everyone's a little bit different. And then they got that famous little false eye on their tail. Just gorgeous fish. Okay, so we are actually going to harvest. We're gonna harvest this one for dinner. Normally people catch and release these, but you know, you are allowed to keep them, and they do make great table fare. They're very commonly eaten in South America, and even though most people throw them back here, we're gonna keep one or two for dinner. So we just came back to where we caught that first peacock that was bedding. We're gonna catch the other one right now, or at least try to. And since we already ruined their marriage and their baby making, we're gonna try to keep both these fish, and that'll be the fish. Oh my, there's a bass following my shiner right there. We're gonna try to keep both these fish for dinner, but that one is just still kind of staring at us right there underneath that pontoon. So I don't wanna say the live bait is cheating, but peacocks are very readily caught on lure. Oh my gosh, yeah, come out for it. I think he ate it. Yeah, he did. So, oh, stay out of that boat, stay out of that boat. Come on. He's out, he's out. Now I gotta keep his head up out of the weeds. He's in the weeds, but he's coming out. Trying to keep his head up as high as possible. Oh, that's a good one. There's the net. Yeah, okay. So like I was trying to say, peacocks can be caught on pretty much everything. They're a great game fish we have here in Florida. Although they eat live bait, they eat the lures especially well. We're just trying to secure 2 nice fish on the live bait right here. And then we're gonna focus on the lure fishing later. So the first fish you guys saw us catch was the female. This is the male, and you can tell because he's got that big kind of hump on his head right there. See that? That's the dominant male. Slightly bigger fish, by like I'd say a quarter, half pound. Just absolutely gorgeous. And you could see even just between this fish and that fish, they got slightly different coloring on him. And he looks like he's got a fresh scar either from that boat or maybe from, I don't know, battling other peacocks or whatnot, but look at that. Gorgeous. I love when you shake a fish and they release that dorsal. You see that he'll relax, and if I go like this, he raises it right back up as a defense mechanism. So the fish are not eating, but Dennis and I gladly will, and that's exactly where today's video sponsor comes in, Factor. I got a little Tex-Mex beef bowl, and then Dennis wants some cheesy bacon ranch chicken. And ideally, you want to warm these up, but since we're on a boat with no microwave, we can't do that. I'm gonna mix up this cheese and beef. If you can have a meal that's meant to be hot and it's cold and it's still good, you know you got a winner. Dennis, your chicken, sir. Dennis tows me around on the canoe all day, so I gotta feed him good.
All right, the seasoning is the first thing that stands out. I feel like this is perfect for like when you go on a boat and you don't want to eat junk food because you feel bad from it. Like, you know you're gonna feel bad from junk food. It feels healthy, pre-packaged for your convenience.
One of the things I love about Factor's chef-created meals is the amount of options you can choose from, whether it's Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, or Keto, to name a few. They're also fresh, never frozen, dietitian approved, and best part is you pop in the microwave and they're ready in 2 minutes. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I like skipping the grocery store, not having to cook, cleaning up, or prepping. You guys know we don't mess around with food on this channel, and what I love is they have 35 different meal options every single week. Last year, you guys saw I got really serious about my health and fitness, and Factor makes it easy to stick to my goals. So if you guys want to try Factor yourselves, go to factor75.com or use the link in the description box of this video, and use code LANDSHARK50 to get 50% off your first box and 20% off your next month of orders. Once again, that's code LANDSHARK50 to get 50% off your first box and 20% off your next month of orders. We're all fueled up with Factor. Back to fishing we go. Oh, look, a Midas. See it? Wow, guys, that was a whopper. There's a, see that orange fish? I don't know if the GoPro can pick it up, but that's a Midas cichlid. It's another invasive species. Come on, eat this thing.
That's a nice one.
Dennis, we should have brought some bread.
I got coffee jigs.
Do you?
Yeah.
Let's try it. I've never caught one of those. He's like semi-interested in it, but maybe it's too big. There he goes. There's the peacock on the bed, in the weeds. Never fails the crappie jig, guys. Best lure ever created. Oh, another one came up. Dude, this is the female. The male just came out, Dennis. It was a big one. Look at that. Woohoo! Trusty crappie jig. So I saw a bigger fish came out with this one. We're gonna try to catch that one. I never saw the first one until I hooked this one though. See, isn't it amazing? The two fish that we just caught previous to this, a little bit different colors. This one's a lot more green and dark. I'm gonna let him go. Oh my gosh, dude. Look, the peacock is trying to eat whatever I have hooked. I have a little peacock on. There's a bass chasing him and the Midas is chasing him. They're all fired up. Okay, so look, little peacock bass, that Midas and the big peacock are both interested. Usually when you catch one fish, others get attracted to it. I think if we stick right here, we're gonna be able to get this guy to eat. Oh, it's a bass. Regular bass. Okay, guys, we're up to 2 species now. Your typical
3 species.
3? Oh yeah, Mayan cichlid, peacock bass, largemouth bass. Still trying to get these other 2 to eat. Let's try the live bait. No, he's chasing away the bat. Oh, the peacock just got it. Yep. Another peacock, dude. It's amazing how many fish are right here that we can't see. Look at all of them. Look at all the fish following that peacock. It's amazing. It's a good one. Whoa! I think that's the biggest one of the day right there. Look at that fish. He's got some huge dorsal fins on him, huh? Hook came right out just like that. Yeah, baby, look at that. Catching studs with Dennis Charters. Dennis, I told you to buy this boat a long time ago. It's so sick. We are so spoiled, guys, in Florida. Tell me another state where you could go offshore, catch wahoo, tuna, dolphin, snapper, and then 30 minutes out west, you come out here, you got all these invasive species, you got snakeheads, peacocks, largemouths. We are really, really blessed to live in this state. I am just, that's why everyone always asks, would you ever live anywhere besides Florida? Between surfing and fishing, never. It's like Florida is a fisherman's paradise. There it is. A little largemouth bass. So I switched up. Dennis is, you still fishing that vertical jig?
Yeah.
He's fishing like a vertical style jig, getting real deep. I'm still working the top. And we're kind of just working the lake. We keep seeing bait pop up. So if we see bait pop up, we'll work over to that area. There he goes. Ooh!
Okay, I don't know what that is.
Something good?
Like a peacock.
Pull and drag? Anything that pulls drag in freshwater is good. In the weeds?
Gosh, they're good.
He's gonna come up and jump.
The hooks on these jigs are super tiny. I think it's a peacock.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a good one.
Oh my god.
Real good one.
Oh.
Yeah, nice one, brother.
Wow.
That might be the biggest one of the day. Woohoo!
Cow.
Stud. Tiny little jig Dennis was working, just bouncing it up and down. Look at what he caught. You want me to hold the camera and you can?
No, go ahead, go.
So, I mean, any day where this is your average size fish, which most of the fish we've been catching are like 2 to 4 pounds, in the open water where they're pulling drag is a good day to me. This one's got a lot of green in his dorsal fin. You see that? It's almost like iridescent. So why I like catching them is every single one looks a little bit different. They put up one heck of a fight. Oh man, he looks even better on your side. So for my side, he's got so much green in his dorsal fin. So happy FWC introduced these fish into Florida. We see like 6 or 7 peacocks just chilling right here. They did not want the jig. Let's see if they want the shiner.
Let you go. Probably fell one out.
Oh, hold on. There it is. Oh no, buddy. Get out of those weeds. He's all up in the weeds. There's reeds, rocks, all sorts of stuff right here. Dude, this one's got so much green on him. Woo! It's amazing. Some of them really fight and then others just don't. Look at all of them following him. You see all that red? Oh, those are all Midas cichlids following him. There's got to be like 6 or 7 Midas cichlids right here that we see. Holy smokes. It's another good peacock. Dennis, your lake is the spot for the big ones. Yes. Look at that. That might be one of the bigger ones of the day. So these fish, Dennis says, get really pressured because there's a bridge right here that you could fish from land. So they probably get hit all the time. They didn't want anything to do with the lure. barely wanted the live bait, and there's a school of, got to be 10 of those orange Midas cichlids I want to get on video for you guys just chilling right there. Another male peacock, really green on this one and yellow. Real pretty fish. And toss the crappie jig in there and see if we can't get those Midas cichlids to eat. All right, guys, the lake we were fishing kind of turned off for us, so we made a little move. We are out at Holiday Park. Actually filmed a video here with my buddy Johnny a while back, and if I remember correctly, this place is loaded with invasive Oscars and mine cichlids. So me and Dennis just ran like 5 miles to this spot, and we're gonna just work the bank and try to catch some fish. Dude. And if I remember correctly, this spot is so loaded. Oh, this is a Mayan, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Much darker. So the Mayan you guys saw earlier were much lighter in color, but you look at the water that we're fishing right now, it's a lot more black. And so the fish follow suit. Back to back. All right, first Oscar of the day. That right there, that's an Oscar. Very, very invasive. These guys are horrible for the environment. They get a lot bigger than this, but someone a long time ago released them from their aquarium. This was an aquarium fish, very popular aquarium fish, and now they are covered in the Everglades. Not a good fish. Peacock. I don't think I've casted here once and not got a hit. Not got a hit.
That's how it is.
The Oscars hit that?
I was using a
dude. Unbelievable.
They're like piranha. Right?
Yeah, it's insane. It's honestly insane. Dennis got one on the popper. I got one on the crappie jig. What's up, brother? What are you doing? Hanging around, brother?
Already bent up.
So we got this little top water lure. Just walk side to side. I'm telling you, watch, first cast, it's gonna happen. As long as I don't snag a tree. In the lily pads. Come on. You can hear them popping it. Oh my gosh, this thing is gonna get, oh my, dude, I don't care if the fish are small, seeing them blow up on this. Look at this. That Oscar smoked it. So much fun. Dude, I know we're gonna get a good peacock doing this eventually. Mayan. Every single one of these fish species is gonna eat the topwater too, which is crazy. Oh my gosh, do you see all those wakes? There's like 4 fish behind it. The Mayans really like it way more than the cichlids do, the topwater at least. I'm not kidding you. If you guys want to come and have fun where you're just catching fish all day long and don't care about the size, Holiday Park. Almost got trouble hooking me. It's no secret, it will be the time of your life. I know, I'm telling you right now, when I have kids, I'm coming here, a little lure like this, and I'm taking them to teach them how to cast, teach them how to work a lure, because they're gonna catch a lot of fish right here. It's very user-friendly. Oh my, that was a nicer smack. So we're back at Dennis's house, gonna fillet up the peacock, and you guys see, even just it being on ice, all fish change color, but you see how dark he got? And then look at all this orange in his belly. Really makes you appreciate their colors. So, I'm very excited because I've had peacock before and it is really good. So just gonna outline our fish using a 7-inch Dexter, of course. All the way to the tail. I think a lot of you guys will be surprised at the quality of this fish. I think people feel guilty killing them because they are so beautiful and they make such a good sport fish, but excellent table fare as well. Over that rib cage, just like that. It's not white, it's got kind of a yellow tint to it, but it definitely does not taste bad. It's amazing. Flip them around. This is the male. You guys see he's got that big hump on him. So Dennis and I are pretty tired. It's finally feeling like summer in Florida. When we were at Holiday Park, which we just left, the water was 92 degrees, which is insane to think. It's not even July. It's only gonna get hotter and hotter, but I think since it hasn't rained so much, everything is just so dry and hot, including the water. As soon as that rain starts, that water will start to cool down. Tomorrow, we're actually headed to fish with Sea Dude on the West Coast, if you guys are familiar with that channel, to do something I've wanted to do for a really long time, and that's fish for black drum, bridge style with big blue crabs. And those fish are full of worms, but you guys know I'm not afraid of that. They're spaghetti worms, they're harmless, and we are gonna take home and harvest some big black drum. But there's the peacock all filleted out. They also have a really good yield for a freshwater fish. Kind of like a freshwater snapper. All right, I'm gonna line them up with the edge of the fillet table. Skin them real quick. Get rid of these pin bones. And that's that. I'll see you guys in the kitchen. Okay, here's the scoop, guys. Dennis and I just got out of the gym because if you train with your cameraman, you just become that much closer. So we just had a good gym sesh. Now, what better meal to feed the muscles than some pure protein? We got the peacock bass, 2 fillets for Dennis and I, and I'm gonna keep it really simple. I know I say that a lot, but we are. So salt on both sides of the peacock bass. And Dennis, mark my words, this is probably the first time in land shark history we're not using garlic in a recipe. And I'm not lying this time. So salt, pepper, and then this stuff right here, chili and lime. It's tangy, it's acidic, it's got a little bit of spice, really good flavor.
Just like a peacock bass.
Just like a peacock bass. I mean, I feel like it's very fitting. You know, this is a fish that comes from South America. You got a little South American flair in there. I'm gonna do the exact same thing on the other side. So we got the saute pan, fry pan, getting nice and hot. Camp Chef Sidekick. Simple, just olive oil, non-stick pan. Let that get hot. Now I'm gonna go down with the prettier side of the fish, so the non-bloodline side first, because I'm gonna let it cook longer on that side because I want it to get a little bit of crust, okay? Swirl this oil around. You immediately, your nostrils wake up. You smell that chili lime mixing with that oil. It smells good. So my theory, like I said, that nice side, you don't want to serve the bloodline side to someone. So that nice side, cook like 75% on that side so it gets a little more texture to it. And then you flip it 25% on the other side. Time to flip. They don't need long. These are not very thick fillets. There we go. See? Just want a little bit of color on each side. see if we can flip this one without breaking it. Woo! It's a flaky fish. You could tell how much it's already fallen apart. Look at that. That is some flaky fish, man. Hold on, we gotta separate these pieces. There you go. Look at that flake. That is as white as it gets when it comes to fish. Okay, now the secret. Since I didn't make any sides, since it's cutting season and we're just doing the pure protein, we can enjoy a little butter. We're gonna do a little scallion lime butter. How's that sound? So going in with some butter for the scallion lime butter. Butter's melted down. Some scallion. And just let that scallion and butter infuse. Does not need long. Does not need long, but immediate. Oh man, dude, that smell is amazing. Scallion's a nice thing to finish your fish with, or chicken, or steak, because it doesn't take as long to cook as an onion, a regular onion. You could eat them raw, okay? Now to that scallion butter, some lime juice, because we got a lot of heavy flavors in there, so some fresh lime juice. Okay, mix this around, kill the heat. Now, the best part, we're gonna take this. Let's make sure we get all these scallions because they're hiding. Oh yeah, ready for this, Dennis? Here's the mic drop. Woo! Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. And it looked like a lot of butter, but at the end of the day, you're not eating all the drippings on the bottom, but you can if you want to. So we got one piece for me, and one piece for Dennis. This is something I know I will be making in the future, again, for the whole family. Brookie's actually filming a video. She's diving the Blue Heron Bridge, doing a little dive video. Brooke's parents are working, so it's just Dennis and I. Dennis told me he's had Peacock one time, and he didn't really care for it. So I want him to be honest and tell me if you like this. Maybe you just don't like this fish, but I hope to change your mind with this recipe.
When you put the scallions and the lime in to that butter, the smell was amazing. So
I think it's pretty killer.
it's a lot better than that. Yeah.
Yeah? How did you have it?
Just SPEG.
Salt, pepper, garlic. Dude, the scallion lime butter, you can bank on that I will be making this again.
I wonder what it would have been like with more lime. But what was that seasoning? It was
Chili and lime.
Chili and lime.
Yeah. It's a good balance of flavor. Scallion's a really fresh flavor. Chili and lime's very fresh, and then the butter, you know, obviously fat, but fish is lean, so you can afford it. The Peacock itself, I was telling Dennis, anytime I eat freshwater fish, there's always like this, I can't pinpoint it. You know when you have things like lobster or porgies, there's that iodine flavor. I always get it with freshwater fish, but not so much with the Peacock. The Peacock is definitely one of the better freshwater fish we have in Florida.
I don't taste anything like that.
No.
Nothing. I mean, we did season it, so, but it's also swimming in a pool of
Butter.
so
You got the good plate.
I like it.
All right. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Big thank you to Dennis, not only for filming like he always does, but taking me on his Ginu. Some exciting news coming up for you guys with the boat, which you guys will be seeing very shortly. Till the next one. Bye.